When I first told Ethan about the girls' trip, it rolled off my tongue so easily I almost believed it myself. We'd been together for 3 years, steady, comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Things had started to feel predictable, and in my head, I justified everything as needing just a little fun, a little freedom. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He still cooked dinner for us twice a week, still remembered my coffee order, still kissed me goodnight. But I told myself that the spark had faded, that it wasn't enough. So when my friend Sasha mentioned a weekend in Miami, even though she canceled last minute, I didn't cancel my plans. Instead, I turned it into something else entirely, something Ethan would never have agreed to if I told the truth. I packed a bag and left on Thursday night, kissing him goodbye at the door and telling him not to worry if I didn't answer right away. "We'll be out late," I said, laughing like it was just me and my girlfriends going wild on cocktails and poolside gossip. He smiled, hugged me, and told me to have fun. He trusted me without hesitation, and for some reason, that trust made me want to test the boundaries even more. The truth was, I didn't go to Miami. I booked a cheaper flight to New Orleans, just me, no girls' trip, no backup story if something went wrong. On the plane, I told myself I was just going to enjoy the city, wander around, have some drinks, maybe flirt a little, nothing serious. But by the time I checked into my hotel, I was already on a dating app swiping, matching, seeing who was around. That's where I met Tyler. He was tall, tattooed, the kind of guy who didn't look twice at someone like me back home, but messaged me within minutes. We met that night on Bourbon Street, and everything felt like a blur of neon lights, music, and rum drinks too strong to remember clearly. He pulled me in like I was the only girl in the city, and I let him. I told myself it was just a fling, just one night, just something that didn't have to follow me home. But one night turned into the whole weekend. I spent every evening in his hotel room, and every morning I'd delete my text to Ethan about sightseeing with the girls. I was careful. Or at least I thought I was. By Sunday, guilt started to creep in. Ethan had texted me pictures of our dog asleep on the couch, telling me she missed me. He asked how my trip was going, if I was having fun, if I wanted him to pick me up at the airport. I replied with heart emojis and lies about brunches that never happened. Sitting in Tyler's bed with his arm draped over me, I felt sick. I wasn't built for this kind of double life. When I got home, I slipped back into routine like nothing happened. Ethan picked me up from the airport with coffee waiting in the cup holder. He asked about my trip, and I launched into stories I had pieced together from Instagram posts of other people's vacations. He listened, smiled, and kissed me like he was happy I was home. And for a little while, I convinced myself I had gotten away with it. But guilt doesn't fade, not when you're sharing a bed with the man you betrayed. I flinched when he touched me, avoided his eyes when he asked about the future. I thought I was hiding it, but I underestimated him. Ethan wasn't loud or dramatic. He was observant. One night, he asked casually, "Can I see some of the pictures from your trip? You didn't post much." My stomach twisted, but I had already thought of this. I showed him saved photos from Sasha's old trips, pretending they were mine. He nodded, but his eyes stayed on me a little too long. A week later, it all came crashing down. I had left my phone unlocked while showering, and when I came out, Ethan was sitting on the edge of the bed, pale, holding my phone in his hands. I froze. He didn't yell. He didn't ask questions. He just held up the screen. There it was. An email confirmation for my New Orleans flight I had forgotten to delete, and worse, a string of messages from Tyler I hadn't erased, the kind that left no room for doubt about what we had done. "Miami, huh?" Ethan said quietly. His voice wasn't angry. It was worse. It was cold, flat, final. I stammered, begged, tried to explain, but every word sounded weak even to me. He stood, grabbed his jacket, and walked out the door without another word. I chased him into the hallway, sobbing, but he didn't turn around. For 2 days, I tried everything. Calls, texts, long apologies spilling out of me in desperate paragraphs. I told him it didn't mean anything, that I loved him, that it was just a mistake. But he never replied. By the 3rd day, my number was blocked. I showed up at his place, but his roommate told me Ethan had already moved out, packed his things, and told everyone he didn't want me anywhere near him. And that was it. No screaming, no dramatic confrontation, no second chance. Just silence, distance, and the hollow realization that he had cut me out completely, as if I had never been in his life at all. The office gossip eventually caught up with me. Words spread faster than I thought. Friends we shared stopped returning my calls. Mutual acquaintances unfollowed me. Sasha, the one whose cancelled trip had started it all, told me bluntly, "You wanted excitement. Well, now you've got nothing." I scroll through Ethan's social media sometimes, though he's blocked me on most of it. From what I see through others, he looks fine. Happier, even. He's going out, smiling in group pictures, living like I never existed. Meanwhile, I'm left with the mess I created, the emptiness of my apartment, the shame of knowing I burned down something steady and safe for a fling with a stranger I don't even talk to anymore. Ethan won. He walked away with his dignity intact, with people respecting him for cutting me off cleanly. And me? I'm the one people whisper about, the girl who lied about a girl's trip just to hook up with a random guy and ended up alone, blocked, and forgotten.